Today I'm super excited to review the all-new 2024 Hyundai Azera, or Azera if you want to call it, and also known as the Grandeur in South Korea and some other countries as well. And as you know by now, it's a full-size luxury sedan, and it's back with a remastered new generation look to compete the toughest rivals in the car industry in its own segment, such as the all-new Kia K900, the BMW i7, and the Toyota Crown sedan, and they're all 2024. I honestly can't hold myself from saying that this unorthodox-looking grille, with an array of small and shiny triangle trims, which are forming a futuristic design, looks incredibly stunning and beautiful along with these integrated headlights. Ultimately, I really love the overall design of the front fascia because it looks absolutely phenomenal. However, this design cue was originally carried from the Hyundai Staria minivan, as you can see here, which enables it easily to stand out amongst the toughest competition. So feast your eyes on this absolute beautiful front end of this sedan. You can pause the video here so you can read the whole information, and be sure to check out the total price below. A couple of months back, this all-new Azera has made its first public debut worldwide as the 6th generation model. But unfortunately, this particular Azera which I'm recording is just a standard base trim level, so at this point, we won't be seeing all of the class-leading features here. But anyway, you can pause the video now so you can read the fuel card. If you look closely, you can see this shiny chrome frame, which is traveling around the windows from the A-pillar to the C-pillar only, because as you can see here, this small quarter window is excluded out of the chrome frame, delivering a beautiful and unique looking design. So what you're seeing is the quarter window without the chrome frame, along with these tasteful body lines and slopey roof. Very nice. Looking at the side profile, which looks even more bulkier than the previous generation Azera models, delivering an impression of a big and bulky Rolls-Royce sedan feel into it, and even that same design, which can even beat the largest Lexus sedan, in styling and profiling in a luxurious manner. And I really love this ultra-thin LED taillight, due to the fact that it's just a straight line of a light bar along with the chrome finish under it, which is traveling across the whole back from one side to another, which looks absolutely phenomenal and futuristic. And even the same thing goes with the front daytime running LED, which is a one straight line as well, which looks absolutely stunning. But unfortunately, this is the only camera found in this trim level, which is the backup one. So disappointing. But there should be a sensor which is placed at the top center of the windshield for the assistance of watching out for incoming pedestrians when they become so imminent. But I'm not so certain if this feature is included in this trim level. And what's weird is that they have moved the backup reverse lights all the way down to the lowest bottom portion of the back bumper, which could lead to controversy on how they function properly. Because to me, they don't seem to look as practical as the previous Azera model. But still, I do love this brushed silver trim where the reverse lights are placed in. So let us know your thoughts about the overall exterior design down in the comments. And if you enjoyed watching, please hit the like button, and it will be so appreciated if you subscribe to this channel. Let's see the necks and tires now, and the size are 225 on the width, 55 series sidewall, and 18 inches, which is pretty standard for a base trim level, but I really love this futuristic spoke design, with all the machine aluminium and some gunmetal grey with graphite paint finishes. Very nice. But one thing I see it as a step down from the previous model is the mirror caps, because they don't look as beautiful as the older mirrors. And to make matters worse is that they aren't any side-mounted cameras under the mirrors in this trim, but they're tasteful anyway. This sophisticated door handle can be raised from the door once you walk closer to the car, only when having the key fob with you. Now starting off with the door panel, which kind of plain maybe, but it looks absolutely gorgeous and futuristic. And what's more interesting is that the windows are completely frameless, which is part of Azera's design philosophy that's been passed down from previous generations, from the first XG300. However, the door panel is full of premium and soft leather materials, along with this beautiful gloss black trim, which contains ambient lighting, and it looks in fact far better and more sophisticated than the previous Azera's door panels. Also, there's a decent amount of pocket size and a nice looking speaker grille, along with this tasteful and welcoming scuff plate, and of course, there's no luxury sedan without any powered lumbar support for the leather seats whatsoever. Anyway, you can watch my previous video about the 2021 Hyundai Azera for some comparison through the link in the description, or click on the card now, which is placed at the top right corner of the screen. But honestly, even the previous generation model is still so impressive indeed. This new Azera is loaded with lots of features such as adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning and lane keep assist, blind spot monitoring, traction control, rear cross traffic alert, and just name a few. But one thing different here is that the Hyundai badge has been replaced with a strange line on the steering wheel, which is pretty odd, honestly. And not to mention some other functionalities that they were moved from the center console to the steering wheel, such as the gear shift lever and the drive mode button, which is placed below the honker on the steering wheel, along with the paddle shifters. But strangely enough, no head-up display, at least in this trim level. But the first thing your eyes catch once you get inside is the overall dash, which looks absolutely insane and beautiful. And because the dash is all covered with piano black trim, it looks almost exactly like a piano. But I still can't stop looking at the door panel, which looks absolutely beautiful, and so is the dash of course. And I really love this brushed painted silver trim, which is mimicking the same design as the AC vents, keeping the vents hidden in the same lined up trim across the board. Very nice. Now onto the digital displays, and first, this large infotainment touchscreen is 12.3 inches, which supports wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, along with its built-in proprietary operating system. And second, another 12.3 inches, which is the all-digital instrument cluster, and this one supports all the features I mentioned earlier in this video. But there are some features I forgot to mention, which are the remote smart parking assist and a remote engine start controls, which are included here as well. Plus, we also have a physical climate control panel with dual zones. But if you paid extra for the top of the line trim, you'll get a climate touch panel with the size of 10.25 inches, which is pretty big. And there's also a phone storage with 2 USB-C ports and a wireless charging mat, so you can wirelessly charge your phone. And another cubby storage which can be utilized as cup holders when needed, and you can also move them away at any time for more storage usability. So as you can see, there are no more buttons and switches in the center console, because in this new Azera, all of these controls were moved away to the steering wheel. So all we have now is the armrest with a big amount of storage under it, along with the 12-volt inside. Another feature is worth pointing out is the massage system, which is now included in this new Azera's seats. This mirror has an auto dimming feature for more eye protection against the high beams, but I really hope that it houses an LED screen for more rear visibility conveniences, at least in a higher trim level. And I'm so thankful that they included a panoramic sunroof even in this standard base trim level, which is called Classic by the way. Now let's jump into the back. Continuing on with the back door panel, which looks the exact same as the front doors, and even the same exact frameless windows, along with some soft leather materials as well. But what's included here is a small speaker grille which is placed on the gloss black trim, which is so tasteful indeed. But too bad that the door pocket is very small. However, this tasteful looking Azera scuff plate is still keeping its premium welcome even in the back seat. As you can see, the legroom is very spacious, but there's one problem here, and that is the gap under the front seat, which is so narrow. And this is another misstep from the previous Azera model, which is quite disappointing. And unfortunately, there's nothing much going on here in the back seat, which is so ridiculous for a flagship Hyundai sedan, except for dual AC vents and 2 USB ports, and that's it. And finally, a very basic armrest with 2 cup holders and a thin cubby hole for your smartphone. And that wraps it up for this review. Next, be sure to check out more car reviews at the end screen, which is in the last 10 seconds of this video. And if you enjoyed my blabbering as usual, just hit the like button and please subscribe to this channel as it'll help a lot to grow. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one.